Good morning, Central Arizona. The pocket fire grows slightly while firefighters hold containment and Highway 89A remains closed through Oak Creek Canyon. The Justice Department warns Arizona election officials they could face criminal charges if non-citizens remain on voter polls, prompting a sharp response from the Secretary of State. A Camp Verde traffic stop leads to the seizure of methamphetamine and an illegal handgun after another successful deployment by K-9 Deputy Chopper. And the Payson Fire Department celebrates 40 years of providing advanced paramedic care to the community. Good morning, Central Arizona. For Tonto-TV.com and KRIMFM.com, I'm Randy Roberson. Well, topping our news again today, the pocket fire grew only slightly Tuesday as firefighters continue strengthening containment lines around the stubborn wildfire north of Sedona. Last evening's update placed the fire at 27,381 acres, with containment holding steady at 51%. While the fire added several hundred acres during the day, crews have successfully prevented the rapid growth seen during late June and early July, when the wildfire exploded from fewer than 6,000 acres to more than 23,000 acres in just 5 days. More than 1,200 firefighters remain assigned to that incident. Officials report the north and east sides of the fire are now largely contained, while helicopters and ground crews continue working aggressively along the southern and western flanks, where rugged terrain continues slowing containment efforts. State Route 89A remains closed between Sedona and Kachina Village, although portions are open only to local residents. Set evacuation status remains in effect for portions of Oak Creek Canyon, along with areas surrounding Seven Canyons Golf Club and Enchantment Resort. Numerous Forest Service roads and trails also remain closed. Fire managers continue reminding the public that temporary flight restrictions remain in effect and that drones create serious hazards for firefighting aircraft. The pocket fire was first reported June 19th, about 7 miles north of Sedona. The cause remains under investigation. No injuries or structures have been lost. In other news, the U.S. Department of Justice is giving Arizona election officials 5 days to explain how they're ensuring non-citizens are not registered to vote. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon says election officials who knowingly leave non-citizens on voter registration rolls could face criminal liability under federal law. The Justice Department says the letters are part of a nationwide review of election procedures ahead of upcoming primary elections. Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes strongly criticized the move, calling it political intimidation. Fontes says Arizona already has some of the nation's strongest voter registration safeguards, including multiple citizenship verification systems and more than $2 million recently directed to counties to help maintain accurate voter rolls. The election marks the latest disagreement between the Justice Department and the Arizona election officials over voter registration records and election administration. Well, coming up after the break, another successful deployment by Camp Verde's K-9 Deputy Chopper leads to multiple felony arrests. And the Payson Fire Department celebrates 40 years of advanced paramedic services to the community. We'll look at these stories and much more right after these words. Ponderosa Plumbing is Central Arizona's go-to plumbing team. For decades, homeowners, builders, and businesses have trusted Ponderosa Plumbing AZ for new construction, remodels, repairs, sewer and drain service, high-definition camera inspections, water heater installation, water treatment systems, and expert slab leak repair. When experience matters, when quality matters, when getting it done right the first time matters, Ponderosa Plumbing delivers. Locally owned, highly trusted, serving all of Central Arizona with honesty, craftsmanship, and unmatched know-how. Located at 107 West Wade Lane, Suite number 5 in Payson, call Ponderosa Plumbing AZ today at 928-476-4727. Ponderosa Plumbing AZ, Experience you can trust, quality you can count on.
I'm Garrett Goldman, and this year my wife and I decided to remodel our home. The home was built as a period-specific home modeled after an 1800s farmhouse and had single-pane windows which were very inefficient. When we started the planning process, we interviewed several window companies to retrofit the existing windows in our house, and we chose Lowry's Window and Door as our contractor. The reason we picked Lowry's is their customer service. The owner of the company, Bobby Lowry, came out to our house multiple times to identify a window that would fit within the existing windows, and then also a method that would allow us to keep all of the existing woodwork in the house and not have to redo any of it. Looking at all of the options for windows, we chose Pella double pane windows for our house because of their look and also their ability to be retrofitted into the existing window frames. Since completion of the project, we absolutely love our new dual pane Pella windows. I would recommend Lowry's for anybody looking to retrofit your existing windows or a new build because of their experience, craftsmanship, and exceptional customer service.
Well, welcome back. In other news, a routine traffic stop on Interstate 17 has led to multiple felony arrests after another successful deployment by Camp Verde Marshal's Office K-9 Deputy Chopper. The stop occurred during the early morning hours late last month after deputies observed a vehicle traveling well above the posted speed limit. During a free air sniff around the vehicle, Chopper alerted deputies to the odor of illegal narcotics. A search uncovered approximately 24 grams of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and a loaded Beretta 9mm handgun inside the driver's backpack. Deputies also recovered gloves and a ski mask that were seized as evidence. Investigators say the driver, Floyd Anthony Lee, was a prohibited possessor and now faces multiple felony charges involving drug trafficking and illegal weapons possession. The passenger, Sarah Marie Gold, was also arrested on drug possession charges. Both were booked into the Yavapai County Detention Facility without incident. Camp Verde officials say proactive traffic enforcement and the continued success of K-9 Deputy Chopper remain important tools in keeping illegal drugs and weapons off Arizona roadways. And in other news, the Payson Fire Department is celebrating a milestone that has impacted generations of local families. This year marks 40 years since the department officially began providing paramedic services to the Payson community. The program launched July 1, 1986, with firefighter paramedics Marty DeMacy and Mark Mortensen serving as the department's first advanced life support providers. DeMacy would later become Payson's fire chief, while Mortensen continued serving the community for many years as a physician. Today, advanced life support is provided around the clock by firefighter paramedics staffing multiple frontline apparatus throughout the department. Fire officials say many firefighters continue advancing their education through paramedic training, ensuring the next generation is prepared to carry on the tradition. The department says this anniversary honors not only those who pioneered paramedic service in Payson 4 decades ago, but also the men and women who continue answering the call every day with compassion, skill, and dedication. Well, coming up, we'll look at another hot day across central Arizona. We'll tell you when thunderstorm chances begin increasing and why forecasters believe the Arizona monsoon may finally be getting ready to settle in. Your complete forecast and more coming up next. Legislative District 7 deserves a representative who understands rural Arizona. Barbie Engel has spent years listening to the people who call it home.
And I've been an advocate on the legislative level for the last 17 years, just as a volunteer civilian, unpaid, saw things that needed to get fixed for myself and for other patients, and I jumped in and figured out how to get that done.
Barbie Engel has worked with lawmakers, helped shape legislation, and believes government should be accountable to the people it serves.
I want to start from a zero line and really look at each of the items that we're putting into the budget and determine if it is appropriate, if it's fraud, waste, and abuse, what's going on, and actually look at every single portion of the budget.
And she's been traveling across all 4 counties of Legislative District 7, listening to the concerns of local residents.
I've been talking to boards of supervisors, town councils, city councils, law enforcement, school boards, and also the people, because I want to be the voice of the people. My things that I'm most excited to accomplish is being able to bring the people's voice forward.
Barbie Engel for Arizona House, Legislative District 7. Learn more at barbieengel.com. Paid for by Barbie Engel for Arizona.
Working hard under Arizona skies, small town roots and family pride. Fix the roads and keep taxes light, bring new business back to life. If you want growth done right, I'm your guy. Honest working, hometown pride, I'm your guy. For the people every time, Bobby Lowry on your side. Bobby Lowry for town council, strong leadership, real results. The people's patience starts now.
Well, taking a look now at central Arizona weather. Across our region today, temperatures will once again vary widely depending on elevation. Afternoon highs will range from the upper 80s in Heber to around 109 degrees down here in Tonto Basin. Payson is forecast to reach a high of 99 degrees, Prescott climbing to 97, Sedona tops out near 103, Globe reaches 104 degrees, and again Tonto Basin approaching 109 degrees today. Overnight, you can expect lows ranging from the lower 60s in the high country to around 81 degrees in Tonto Basin, with most communities cooling into the upper 60s and 70s. While many locations stay dry today, isolated afternoon thunderstorms remain possible over portions of central Arizona. Heber has the highest chance of rain at around 50%. Payson carries a 30% chance, while Globe has about a 20% chance, and Prescott and Sedona remain near 10%. Looking ahead, Thursday and Friday remain very hot with mostly dry conditions across our region. Then, the pattern begins to change this weekend. Forecast confidence continues increasing that monsoonal moisture will begin moving back into Arizona Saturday before becoming much more widespread Sunday and continuing into next week. That means increasing chances for afternoon and evening thunderstorms, slightly cooler temperatures, and what could become the official beginning of this year's North American monsoon across much of Arizona. For Tonto Basin, you can look for another stretch of dangerous heat through Friday, with highs remaining between 107 and 109 degrees. Thunderstorm chances begin returning Saturday before increasing Sunday and Monday as that deeper moisture arrives across the lower deserts. As always, remember to stay hydrated, limit strenuous outdoor activity during the hottest part of the day, and never leave children or pets inside parked vehicles. And finally, the River of Time Museum will remain in its Fountain Hills home for at least another year following a new lease agreement with the town. Now, the nonprofit museum, dedicated to preserving the history of the Lower Verde Valley and promoting water conservation education, has reached a temporary agreement that allows operation to continue through June of next year. The new lease replaces the museum's longtime $1 per year agreement with monthly rent of $1,000 beginning August 16th. In return, the museum will continue offering public benefits, including at least 12 free admission days each year, while the town of Fountain Hills will continue covering building maintenance and utility cost. Town officials say the short-term agreement provides time for both sides to evaluate long-term options without disrupting museum operations. A joint review is scheduled for early next year to determine whether the partnership will continue beyond June of 2027. Museum leaders say they're optimistic the additional time will help preserve an important piece of Arizona history while expanding tourism and educational opportunities for future generations. And that's our news report for today. Thank you for making Tonto-TV.com and KRIMFM.com part of your day. We're committed to bringing you clear, reliable coverage of the stories shaping Central Arizona. If you're watching or listening on social media, tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And if you appreciate truly local news, please like, share, and follow our pages. Your support helps us continue building the strongest local news community anywhere in Arizona. For Tonto-TV.com and KRIMFM.com, I'm Randy Roberson. Make it a great day.